Yeah, good morning. It's right around 11:35 a.m. on Saturday, September 16th. This means we're more than halfway through September, which is really scary because it feels like my birthday and my brother's birthday were just last week, which they kind of were, but we're already middle of September. My brother and I have birthdays just a few days apart in early September. So anyway, we're supposed to have a hurricane this morning. It's Hurricane Lee. Um, I'm not seeing any rain or wind. It seems really, really quiet out there. I was supposed to have a doctor's appointment this morning for radiology for some imaging. Nothing serious or anything. It's just a routine checkup test. But I canceled it because I figured we're going to be having crazy rain and winds and a hurricane this morning. And I didn't want to be out in that if I didn't have to. And there's nothing going on outside. At the same time, I spent all day yesterday cleaning, as usual, this unit. I had to shake out the bedding, shake out my clothes, shake out sheets and towels because everything I store over there and also my bed seems to get covered with these mouse shreddings during the night. So even though I clean during the day, I wake up the next morning and there's all these shreddings all over the floor, all over my bedding. There's droppings, there's chunks of dirt everywhere, and I just don't know where it comes from. Aside from the fact that there's mice running through here, sometimes you can actually hear them at night. They make these little scratching noises, and you can hear things rustling around. I'm assuming it's a mouse. I don't know what else it could be, unless it's the neighbors that shrank themselves and they're running around on the floor. That's possible because anything in this place is never too weird. I mean, this place is such a nut house anyway that you have to consider the impossible, but the neighbors definitely did not shrink themselves. As far as I know, that's not physically possible yet. Anyway, the hurricane hasn't happened, so I'm just sitting here now trying to figure out what to do with the rest of the day. I actually did a pretty good job of cleaning yesterday, so I hopefully don't have to do it again today. I'm having a really nutritious breakfast of Coke and a brownie from Domino's, and now I need to start taking care of myself because I took care of my environment yesterday. Don't leave anything lying around on the counters. There's no food. There's no leftovers. There's no food trash. All that I put outside of my door in the hallway, take it out. Or if it's clean, rinsed out recycling, sometimes I leave it in the hallway in a plastic bag. But clean, rinsed out recycling containers don't attract mice because they're rinsed out and they're clean. I just don't leave them in here. Anyway, yeah, just waiting for the hurricane. And if it doesn't happen, then I am going out because I'm sick and tired of being in this place. It kind of like kidnaps you. This place is so dysfunctional, and there's always so much dysfunctional stuff that you need to take care of immediately that it literally kidnaps you and kind of makes you cancel your other plans because there's always some kind of urgent dysfunction that needs to be taken care of here. And it slows everything else down and it kind of blocks your progress. I don't think that that's an accident. I think that the psychotic, dysfunctional tenants around me, the creep in 88 who likes to blast nonstop porn movies or really loud horror movies all day and night, the creep below who's constantly making violent slamming and banging noises, the psychotic stalker slash sex offender who likes to sit in the empty bathroom behind this wall and keeps blowing bursts of marijuana and cigar fumes straight through this wall to let me know that she's right there because she's a psychotic, miserable, useless, rejected stalker with no life, and she just lives for stalking and harassing people. That's her entire life. She wants me to know that she's right there just a few feet away, so I have to feel uncomfortable and have to know that she's right there because she's angry that I don't want to have anything to do with a piece of low-life scum like her. Yeah, they all do deliberate stuff all day long to make this space as dysfunctional as possible. Right now, there's literally these clouds of marijuana and cigar fumes coming straight through the wall behind the sink because that is the bathroom of a unit that has been vacant for like 10 months now. The psychopath who lived in that unit for 9 years was moved somewhere else, either on this floor or in this building, but she continues to access the empty bathroom that's behind this wall because it's empty. Nobody lives in that unit. Management deliberately keeps it empty for reasons that I don't quite understand. I mean, it's got its own bathroom. They would make a killing if they rented out the space behind this wall. They let the maintenance manager stay there for a few weeks in the summer, and he didn't stay there for very long, and I haven't seen him in over a month now. I don't know where he went, but the same psychopath who's always been sitting directly behind that wall since 2013, since she was placed in that unit in 2013, because she's obviously criminally insane. And I don't think she moved in here of her own accord. I think she was probably placed here by social services or the criminal justice system. She likes to engage in all kinds of disruptive, desperate, attention-seeking behavior to let me know that she's right behind that wall. She smacks the wall when I try to use the toilet. She starts filling my entire bathroom with the same exact combination of cigar, marijuana, and burning rubber fumes that she's been blowing from directly behind this wall since 2013. Management keeps saying it's coming from below. It's not coming from below because there were workmen in the unit below for several days last month. And while the workmen were below hammering and sawing away, my entire bathroom and this entire kitchen sink area were filling with the same exact combination of marijuana, cigar, and burning rubber fumes as had been coming from behind that wall since 2013. And because the workmen below were not smoking while my entire unit was filling with these fumes and smoke, it's coming from the bathroom of 78 because it's a vacant, empty unit. The psychopath who likes to sit behind that wall knows how to pick locks. She has picked my lock so many times that the lock barely works and I had to replace it. And then the new lock is all picked and damaged on the inside. So I had to tell management to replace it because it's been picked. You can barely get the key in and out of that lock. That's how many times it's been picked, and that's how damaged it is from getting picked. I've only had it for about 6 months, and it's already severely damaged from all the picking. So the person who's sitting behind that wall right now is a miserable, psychotic, desperate, rejected psychopath that nobody wants to have anything to do with. So what she does is she follows people around and deliberately engages in aggressive behavior to force them to acknowledge that she's just a few feet away. She's not trying to be shy. She's not trying to be subtle. She's desperate for attention. And because she's so psychotic, nobody wants to go near her. So she becomes even more aggressive and more psychotic in her efforts at forcing people to know that she's right there behind the wall. She's not trying to be subtle. She doesn't have it in her body to be subtle. She's desperate, psychotic, miserable, and dysfunctional. So she sits behind that wall for hours and smokes away like a chimney. And the result is that my entire living space right now is filled with marijuana and cigar fumes. There shouldn't be any cigar or marijuana fumes coming from that wall because it's a vacant, empty unit. Management, again, keeps saying it's coming from below. It's not coming from below. This is the same exact stink that's been coming from behind that wall for 9 years. And the creep in 76 directly below has only lived there for a year and a half. He was not living there 2 years ago or 4 years ago or 8 years ago when the same exact set of stink and fumes were coming through this wall from the bathroom of 78, when the psychopath actually and legitimately lived in 78. Anyway, I'm enjoying my breakfast, focusing on what I need to do. My life is good. I'm actually exactly where I'm supposed to be right now, given all the events leading up to this point and all the events that are supposed to happen after this point. So I'm on track to do what I need to do and what I want to do. So that's good. And right now I just need to finish my breakfast and focus on what I need to do for the rest of the day. Hopefully it's not going to rain because now I'm like determined to get out of here. And if it starts raining, then that kind of puts a damper on your plans.